Welcome back to Cheddar, everyone. SonicCloud is a new app that allows people with hearing loss to still use their earbuds when talking on the phone. Instead of having to buy expensive hearing aids, the app creates customized hearing experiences to better communicate.
It's a revolutionary app to help folks who have hearing loss, which is really an invisible disability, and who've been ignored for a long time, be able to understand on phone calls, have crystal clear calls, even without a hearing aid.
You're a big supporter of SonicCloud.
Yeah.
Tell us why this resonated with you.
Yeah, well, I've been friends with Larry for a long time. We did a movie years and years and years ago called Cats and Dogs. And
Wait, oh my God, I love that movie.
Yeah, Larry directed it, and I was the white cat, Mr. Tinkle's cat. And we developed it. I know that's another show that we talk about that. But we became friends after that, have been for years and years and years. And Larry brought this idea to me, and I just thought it's such an incredible way to help people in need.
1 in 6 people in the U.S. has some form of hearing loss. Only 15% of them have hearing aids, which are very expensive, average $4,600 to $5,000.
Wow.
Mostly not covered by insurance. So there was a real need there, and there's a transformation now happening in the hearing assistance landscape right now, and we want to be in the vanguard of that. There are other use cases, including for people with normal hearing, as we build in things like noise reduction and background noise removal of voices, for example, in restaurants and so forth.
And I want to talk about the marketing campaigns and some of the commercials, Sean.
Yeah.
You're in some of the commercials. They're hilarious. Are you involved in that creative process at all?
Yeah, Larry and I wrote it together, and Larry directed them. And again, it's my way of trying to get the word out in the way I know how.
Yes.
You know, I'm not smart enough or brainy enough like Larry is to figure out the intricacies of all of the behind the scenes stuff, but this is how I can lend my voice to get people aware of the product.
Well, the commercials are hilarious. Tell us how you're using cloud computing in this when it comes to personalization.
So what we're doing is, for the first use case, which is the phone call, all of the processing, meaning everything that would happen in a $5,000 hearing aid is now moved into the software, so it magically disappears. You don't have to buy any hardware, there's no accessories. That processing happens in the cloud in between the people on the phone call. These are now supercomputers that we have in our hands. We should be able to take the functionality of this very expensive hearing aid and put it in the phone and in the cloud, combine those two things to be able to provide this sort of magical enhancement of hearing. So the next iteration involves branching even beyond where we are in telephony now. So imagine you can use that. Just the other day I listened to a podcast. I couldn't understand a word. It was Reid Hoffman and Brian Chesky of Airbnb, the founder. Couldn't understand a word they were saying. Our engineers took the technology that we're using and they applied it for me to listen to the podcast especially. I was able to understand everything.
And so can I use any earphones, earbuds, AirPods?
Any earphones, earbuds, AirPods. We use them with AirPods.
Okay.
We actually have a prototype that we built where I can put the phone on the table next to you, use AirPods, and process the audio without my hearing aids. An audiologist would tell you that I could not do that.
Just being the future. So if we can get the same result for $150 versus, as you said, spending up to $5,000, it just definitely seems like this could be a huge, huge change in the future.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me, guys.
Thank
really
you.
fun.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, we're going to go back over to the New York Stock Exchange, everybody.